This is Andy Lipton, and welcome to Leading the Break. A few days ago, I had the pleasure of interviewing Jade Blagrove, a senior on the women's basketball team at Manhattan College. Jade is about to get her undergraduate degree in psychology in a few months. Jade takes us through her journey, having grown up in the Netherlands and making her way to Manhattan College. The relationship she built with her team, students at school, school personnel, were like family to her and so meaningful.
A 6'2" junior from Arendrecht, Netherlands, number 20, Jade Blagrove.
It looks like this May you'll be getting your degree from Manhattan. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Talk about what's on your mind now. The season's coming to an end. You probably have about another month, maybe a little bit longer to play. You're going to get your degree. What's been going through your mind the last few months?
That it's all real, like it's all coming, and I can't believe it that this is my senior year. And I every year I was like, oh, I'm only a sophomore, I'm only a junior, and now it's like I'm a senior. Like it's coming to an end, and I just cannot wrap my mind around it. And it's a beautiful thing because time goes fast when you're having fun. But I just can't believe that. I remember like my freshman year like so vividly, and now I was looking up to all these seniors, and now I am one, and I'm a captain. So it's like, whoa, I really made it this far, and it's a great thing.
So talk about your journey. You came from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Start from whenever you want, whether you're a kid, whether you're in high school. Talk about the journey from being a kid to Manhattan.
Yeah, sure. So I started basketball at I think around like 6 years old. I wasn't very good at it. I was playing with guys on the same team, and they didn't want to pass the ball to a girl. But I, for some reason, I still loved it. I always had a passion for it. I was just running around, chasing the ball. I loved it. And then when I got a little bit older, the teams got separated into women and men, and that's when I started to develop more. I always just loved it. I loved the sport, and then that's when bigger things started to come on my path. Um, we did like regional selections, and national teams started reaching out to me. I was like, whoa, like this is something, you know? Oh, what a great thing. So I started doing national team. It started with under 14. I didn't make the selection my first year because I was a year too young, but they wanted to show interest. And then the next year, I made the selection of my own age, under 14, and I've been doing national team for under 14 until I made all the selections so far. So that's when it started like becoming like real and European championship. That's when I knew like, whoa, under 16, this is something I can, maybe do something with. There were scouts from America that were showing interest, and I was like, whoa, I would actually like really love to do this. I love playing this sport, and I think it would be a great opportunity to go to America and play basketball. Like that was like my goal, my dream at that point.
So how did that happen? How did you wind up in America?
Yeah, so I went to continue my basketball career at a different club, a full-time basketball program in Amsterdam, to fully commit to basketball. And from there I just started working and played European championships, and people started reaching out to me because there were scouts there. So I got in contact with Daniel Prince is his name. He really helped me in this process. He's an American, kind of like an agent who helps international kids to finding a school. And he helped me in this process, and I started getting offers from schools, and I ended up committing to University of South Florida in Tampa. And yeah, it was a great choice at that moment.
So let me ask you this: can you play college ball in the Netherlands?
No, we don't have college basketball because school is not attached to sports. It's like completely separate. Also, like school and basketball is not. It's not a thing.
But you could go to college and also play at a club?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay. So why is that not something that you wanted to do?
I think also just the experience of playing in a different country. And also I know that college Division 1 basketball college, like in America, is kind of like the highest level that there is,
Okay.
like compared to, because otherwise went I would have to go pro immediately. um, and I thought that this was just a good step for me to take to play with my own kind of like age group, like within 4 years, because you can play pro and be with people who are like 30 years old, and that's gonna be rough. Like I came out of high school and I didn't think I was ready for that.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I also just thought it could be an amazing experience playing in America. So it was just always a dream of mine to do that.
So you go to the University of South Florida,
Yeah.
and then you transfer to Manhattan.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Like, why'd you leave? Why'd you go to Manhattan?
Yeah, so we had a very successful year at USF. We were regular season champion, conference champion, went to the NCAA tournament, went to the second round of it. It was amazing. I didn't play much as a freshman, but I knew that coming in. I just had amazing people on my position who were also drafted to the WNBA. So I looked up to them. I learned a lot. But then COVID came, and the COVID year, and that was of course not something that I expected before. And the amazing people in my position decided to stay another year, and I didn't think I would want to play another. I would want to have another year of not playing much. So I decided to continue my journey somewhere else, but I never regretted going to USF. I met amazing people, experienced the greatest things, like going to the NCAA tournament and actually move on there. I won 2 rings as a freshman. Like it was absolutely amazing. I loved it there, but I just thought it was time for something else now, and I made the decision to come to Manhattan. Coach V reached out to me through Instagram actually. I think she sent me an email or something, but it's so overwhelming in the transfer portal. Like everyone is reaching out to you, so I missed that. So I looked at my Instagram and saw that she reached out to me, and we had a conversation, and I immediately knew that I really liked it. First of all, I saw the location. I'm like, New York City, this is amazing. I didn't have any offers that were in a location like that. I don't think anything can beat living in New York City. And then I had a conversation with Coach V, and it just felt very good. One thing that really stood out to me was like other coaches were asking me like, oh, what are your callings? Like how on the basketball court, like how can you help us? Like what's that? And Coach V was asking me like, tell me 5 things, like fun facts about yourself or like personality things. And I was like, oh, this is different. This is a different approach. This is more like us connecting, and I really liked that. So we continued our relationship together, and I ended up committing to Manhattan.
So you've been here 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the memories, whether it's on the court, off the court, in the classroom. What are the things that you think you're going to be remembering years from now?
I think just the sense of family. I really made friends here that I would consider friends for life. Um, it was such a special, especially when I first came here, um, very special group. Just everyone, I had such a great time, and I made so much great memories, like exploring the city with my teammates and doing all these crazy things, fun things, but also on the court, like experiencing that, making the championship game for the first time in history of Coach V being here. Like that was really special. My first year coming here, and the second year it happened again, and it's very unfortunate that weren't able to get it done yet. Hopefully this year, but I think that was a great accomplishment, and also just a journey towards that. It was just very special.
So give me a specific memory off the court that you'll always remember.
Yes, I think when we all went to hang out in the city. It was almost like the whole team went.
Where'd you go? What'd you
We
do?
went to like a German festival in the city, and we were also just walking around through. I don't know. It was just a sense of like connecting with my teammates. Like it was a very long day. We started off, I think around. We went around like financial district. We were walking around, we were taking some pictures, we were just hanging out, and then we ended up going to like the pier and walking there, just chatting, and yeah, I just had such a good time. It was amazing because it was also like the whole team there, and also even some alums from Manhattan. So yeah, I just thought it was a very special moment.
How is it like being from a foreign country, the Netherlands, being in the United States? Was that an adjustment? Did you have to acclimate yourself in different ways?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
talk about that.
It was a very big difference. The Netherlands is a very different country, much smaller. I don't think there's this like it's not any bigger than any state in the U.S. About like 17 million people. Just it's a kind of a lot of people for like the size the country is, but yeah, it was just a very big adjustment for me. I think culture-wise mostly, but it wasn't like a negative experience. It was more like, oh whoa, like, just like small things like food portions, how people interact together. I think, I mean, of course, I was in the South at first, and people want to talk to you like all the time. Like you'll walk around like a complete stranger. Or, like, Hi, how's your like how was your day? Like how are you doing? And I'm like, do I know this person? Like why is this person just asking me that? Like I was so confused. But people were just kind of friendly, I guess. They just wanted to say hi to everyone, and that was not something that I was used to. Honestly, Dutch people mind their business. They don't really ask how you're doing if you don't know them. It can be kind of seen as like a weird thing.
Right.
Yeah, you can maybe give like a little smile, but that's about it. So
Well, you have a friendly-looking face, honestly. So
yeah. I mean, of course, and I also got adjusted to this culture. So now I am the one being like, "Hi, like, how are you?" Like saying something because I seen that is normal here. So you kind of get adjusted to it.
how about the classroom? Any classes, any teachers that stand out?
Uh, yes. I mean, I think that all the professors, honestly, at Manhattan College were great. It's just a smaller school, and you can get a great connection with everyone. I really liked Professor um, Baldwin, I think her name is. She was a psychology professor. Really enjoyed listening to her classes. Also, Dr. Marin, also psych department, great, great woman. Learned a lot from them. And then my last teacher that I would like to give a shout out to is Dr. Fairchild. I took psychology 414 with her, which is research statistics senior seminar class, and I was really not looking forward to that class. I was really like nervous about it because it's like this is your senior project and it's statistics, so I was kind of scared of it, but she really helped me through it, and it was a great class. Learned a lot, and I ended up with an A. So and with actually a research project that I'm really proud of. So yeah.
So, did you major in psychology?
Yeah, psychology was my major, yeah.
After your playing days are over, do you think you'll use that degree, or any idea of what you might want to do?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that. I also have a minor in marketing, so I kind of am deciding like what I want to do with that, if there's like a balance, because I just started developing like a very big interest for marketing too.
Okay.
So I'm kind of deciding with my master's like what I want to do. But psych has always been a passion for me. I really love talking to people. I love helping them out, and I feel like psychology is like the perfect combination of that. So
So you're going to go for a master's in psychology or
yeah,
more?
possibly.
Okay.
Or in marketing, like I still have to see what I want to do, but it's gonna
Okay.
be either of those.
And how about any? Were you able? Did you have? I mean, basketball's pretty demanding in terms of the time it takes. Were you able to get involved in any other activities related to the school?
I worked as student engagement for the 3 years I've been here.
What's that? What's that?
Student engagement office is it's an office here at Manhattan College, and they kind of provide like they organize events for students, and like Spring Fest. I don't know if you heard of that. It's like a really big event for students where they organize. It's kind of like a really big party. A big artist comes. to the school, but also like things like Knicks games, Yankees games, Broadway shows. Like they organize it all, and they give like a huge like student discount. Like we went to Yankee games for like $20. Like it's available for students, and they organize that. And they also organize a lot of other things on campus. So I was involved with that. I worked there for 3 years with Sharon, Michael, and John, and I had the best time ever there. They kind of became like family to me.
So it sounds like you were able to broaden your horizon on
Yeah,
campus,
yes.
and I mean, a lot of people hang out with the athletes, which is normal, but it sounds like you were able to kind of integrate with the rest of the student body as well.
Yeah, I really had a good time there. It wasn't a student club, I was a student worker there. I actually worked, but I still had a great connection with them, and I got to experience some amazing things. I went to a Jets game, I went to Knicks game. I met Nav, who's like a rapper, an artist, while like working. So it was just a great experience, but also just connecting with Sharon, Michael, and John over the past years has been amazing.
So let's just touch on basketball, since you spent a lot of time doing that.
Yeah.
You talked about being in the championship games, at least at Manhattan, the last 2
Yeah.
years of the conference. Talk about what are some of the special moments that meant most to you personally in terms of your own game, would you say? Any special memories?
Yeah, I do have one specific memory. It was I think it was my sophomore year being here. The Quinnipiac game at home. I had the game-winning block, and I think I played 44 minutes. It was an overtime game, and Courtney Worley, amazing player. She wasn't feeling well that game, so I had to step up, and I was like, oh gosh, but it ended up working out, and it was it was a great win. We needed that win. Overtime, just a thriller, and I ended up getting the block for the win, the 3 points. So it was just great.
And lastly, you have 2 regular season games to go,
Yeah.
And then you have the MAC tournament next
Yes.
week. So a lot's coming up. Um, what's the feeling about how the team's doing?
Yeah, so I think the team has definitely had a lot of ups and downs. We started off very strong, but then we kind of had some uncontrollable things, but also definitely, I mean, we need to take accountability. We can always say, like, oh, it was the injuries or circumstances that is the reason why we lost. Like, we just weren't at our best, and we have to be better. We had to learn from that. And yeah, so we came from some losses. So right now we just really want to create momentum, get some wins going into the tournament, and then just go. It's just go time. Honestly, March is go time, and anything can happen in March. Like the number 1 team can lose to the last team, and that's also in like the MAC. That's true. Like it's a very competitive competition. Like everyone can beat anyone, and that's also the thing about March Madness. Like you cannot expect to be like any seed can go anywhere. So we just need to be ready for that and not underestimate anyone, and just show up and be ready to play.
Is it exciting? Is it nerve-wracking? Is
Yeah.
it I have nothing to lose?
It's-
Like how do you feel about it?
It's all of that. It's all of the above, and I think it's mostly just exciting because this is what you work for like the whole year. All we've been talking about is the MAC tournament. Everything. It's like, oh, this game, this will help us. This, like this in the tournament. Oh, when we get to this tournament, then this. Like in every interview we've had, it's like, what is your goal? It's to get the MAC tournament, like the championship. So yeah, I think that this is something we've been waiting for, and it's really exciting that the time is coming right now.
Well, listen, best of luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your upcoming graduation.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
All right.
That's how good they are shooting foul shots. Blagrove. That makes it a 4-point game.
12 points and 10 boards, a double-double for Blagrove.
Justin Kalaki-Coleman. Another for Blagrove. Free throws up and in. Timeout now.
Masters lead 55-50. Timeout Marist.